Welcome back to Irene in Style, where I, Irene, your new self-declared fashion bestie, will focus in on everything from the hot new trends to finding your personal style, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you wear what you're going to wear and that you do with confidence. So if you're interested in joining in the journey, think of subscribing down below, because today we are doing a runway rundown, okay? But no cardio necessary because I've already done it for you. I've looked at countless shows, everything from what happened in New York to London to Milan to Paris, to talk with y'all about what we're going to see in fall 2025, some of the hot trends, styles, aesthetics, and more importantly, how you can add these items into your closet like today. Well, maybe not today, but by the end of the week, you could be popping out these looks and people. So jumping into what's been simmering on my head, what's been sitting here, and honestly, what inspired me to make this video is belts. Belting, and I'm not just talking about the normal belt that keeps your pants up. I'm talking about the use of multiple belts to create that hourglass, that cinched in waist. I've got to give credit where credit is due, because I saw this look. I think this is from the Copenhagen Fashion Week street style. This is Nina Sandbech, and look how amazing she looks. And what I think is really great to see is that all of these belts are different. This is not one set of belts with the same brand, with the same look. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be a little chaotic. It's meant to have that maximalism a bit to it. And I think we can all use that in our lives. I think the greatest way to wear this is, of course, maybe if you have like a jacket, like a very long column jacket, kind of how she's wearing it, or even with like a cropped coat, or even with the dress that maybe has a little bit more volume and you need to kind of pull that waist in. I honestly think this is the perfect way to do it. And I mean, we saw this at Schiaparelli. If Schiaparelli's doing it, I mean, need I say more? But the use of belts was also seen in different ways. This jacket from McQueen, you can see the belt is embedded into the jacket. That thing looks supple, okay? That's what I'll say about that. There's also this other look from Christopher Esber. Now, that's a lot of belt, okay? That's a little bit chaotic. I don't know if that's a styling thing, if it's gonna come out that way with the belt, with the dress. I have no idea, but needless to say, it's fun. It caught my eye, and I think that's kind of the point. There's also this great dress. This one is on Paloma, and I love how the belting, very thin belts, are sort of right around that neckline. I mean, spectacular. But I think an also fun thing, and what we're going to be seeing a lot more of, and hopefully you still have yours, is a belt bag. I know what you're thinking, Irene, not the belt bag, not the fanny packs. Bring out the fanny packs, okay? I've got mine. Look at that. Woohoo! Now, for you Sex and the City lovers, we all know Carrie was wearing this when she was trying to get back with Aiden, okay? That's why I had to buy this. Honestly, you should really go on like the Real Fashion File, whichever thing it is, and buy these kind of bags now, because I can assure you by the fall, they're going to go up in price, okay? Don't quote me on that, though. Don't get mad at me if that doesn't happen, because you know I don't have a crystal ball and I'm a lady sitting in her living room. But I have a very good feeling that belt bags are going to be very hot, very in. I mean, we saw this look from Louis Vuitton with these double, I mean, those bags are huge. But those two fanny packs there at the very top, I don't know if those are connected, but also Ferragamo. I mean, and not just one look had this. Louis Vuitton had several, Ferragamo had several. And I honestly think that they're obviously on the pulse of something. So I think we should all just tune into it and buy your belt bags now. You heard it here. You heard it here. You're welcome. We also saw a lot of fur. Fur. Or what I believe to be fur. Could it be faux fur? Maybe, but I think it's real fur. Specifically from Fendi's 100th anniversary. I mean, it looked absolutely luxurious. It looked splendid. It was in coats. They had it in handbags. Gorgeous. But we also saw it at Chloe. I mean, look at Doechii. Who doesn't want a raccoon tail? I do now. I mean, she looks absolutely amazing. We saw it a lot at Miu Miu as well. I believe they had like this very long scarf. I think Ferrari. Yes, I think it was Ferrari. Ferrari also implemented this in the skirt. So we're seeing the use of fur, or what I believe to be fur, in many different places. But I also think it goes beyond fur. I think it's a lot more about texture. I think we were just seeing a lot more texture. And I think that adds into that maximalism thing that we've that we're embracing, okay, in 2025. We said we're gonna be seen. I think another great look was this one from Michael Kors, like this very lilac coat. I don't know if that's shearling, I have no idea, but it looks really great. And what's awesome about this is that you do not need to go out and buy these coats, okay? These coats have to be going for at least 5K up, maybe even upwards close to like 10, because some of these are definitely real fur. I would look on the resale market if you really want to get yourself something very cool. You know, we've been talking about fur or textured coats for about a year now. So the price is maybe a little bit higher, but still you're going to get a great deal. I've seen them for under $1,000. I've seen them maybe for right at 1,000, give or take. That's another idea. I would also check the Frankie Shop. Frankie Shop has a lot of great textured coats. I had to talk myself out at least one of them because your girl's been traveling and something's got to give. But I really like how this textured look is. I think you can also look at like a Zara, a Mango, maybe even Urban Revivo. The options are kind of endless. Moving on to these mini trunks. Okay, Hermes, we get it. We get it. You're the coolest girl at the party. We understand. I feel you. We all feel you. Because this monochrome in noir, oh, and you're probably thinking, what fits in there, okay? Your patience and a lip gloss. That's all that fits in there, okay? That's it. But so chic, so cool. When I saw this, I honestly had to pull up the Vogue Runway app and keep scrolling until I can fully understand what it is, because it's held in two different ways. You can either slide your hand in and sort of hold it flat against the bag, or you can hold it from like maybe like your 3 fingers right there. Victoria Beckham though, Victoria Beckham said, don't forget about us, okay? She had at least 2 go down the runway in like a suede. I want to say one was like a gray suede, one was like a pink or purple suede. Oh, that was also nice. And I have no idea what these bags are going to be going for, but if Victoria loves and cares about us, hopefully she puts it at something respectable, something affordable, because honestly, I would love to add something like that to my wardrobe, to my closet, to the wall. Look at the wall. The wall needs a couple. It needs a little something. I also want to give a shout out to these clutches that we're seeing that are honestly meant to be held like palm flat on the bag. I don't know if there's a real term for it, a technical term, but that's what I'm going to be referring to it as, especially this one from Balmain. Now, I'm not really a Balmain girl, and I don't know how I feel about this gold hardware, like the big buckle on it, but it looks like a moment. She looks like the moment, definitely a vibe. And what's even better about this style of clutch is that these are already out and popping. Now, the Elia Heart clutch has like that same little handle hold. I believe, I know Cassie Thorpe has one. Hers is like in velvet, super nice, very luxurious. But you can also get one at Alexis Bitar. Honestly, my mom loves this bag, the black with the gold hardware. Maybe Santa will be nice to her this year. I don't know. Maybe not. It depends how things are going for your girl. And the way things are looking now, we're working towards something better. Another great place to get this kind of handbag, and honestly, I don't know what the numbers are looking like, but they came out with another color. It's this clutch from Zara. I believe the first original color was like in this burgundy, and now they've come out with like this cream color. It must be flying off the shelves because they brought it back. So last but not least, we have nostalgia. Oh, the nostalgia. We've been seeing the return of vintage items for at least 2 years now because designers are saying, hey, don't fret. We don't have any new ideas. We're going to bring back the old, give them a facelift and resell them to you at like 2 times the price. Sorry, I'm being a little sassy about it. I'm like, not this again, not this one. Some of them are cute, don't get me wrong, but in my head I was like, no new ideas, okay. The Fendi Spy bag. Now, the original version of this one does remind me of an armadillo. Don't know why. It could be in like the brown with all the different textures. I do think the facelift they gave this was well needed, well deserved. In this monochrome yellow, it's looking a lot more lighter. It's feeling a little bit more fresher. But with that being said, the original one is going from like 500 to 1,000. If you really love it and if you really want to have that, I feel like that's probably your best bet. So I would take a gander there. Moving into the Chloe Paddington bag, the big lock is back. The big lock is back. I also think it's a nice facelift that they gave the bag, but honestly, the original one has the same energy, same vibe, and honestly, the vintage ones or the consignment ones, they have a little bit more story to them, and those are also going for about $500 to $1,000, give or take around there. And I can assure you that if you like either of those bags and you wait until the fall, there won't be any on the resale market, or before the price increases to like 1,500 and blah blah blah. Don't do that. Don't pay extra for an old bag, but buy the bag now. Yeah, if you love it, that's my best bet. That's my best advice. And then I'll also say the return of that like grunge aesthetic. I saw some pieces come down the runway and I automatically was thrown back into the time of Tumblr, specifically referencing the return of the McQueen skull scarf. Okay. That thing in red, they also put it in a shirt version. I don't know how I feel about the green. I don't think you need to buy the new version. I think you could check definitely that one. I don't know if those shouldn't be sold out. Okay. Captivated. And this year, I have to say, overall, I've been very captivated. These past shows, specifically, I got to give a little shout out to this look from Tom Ford with the new creative director, Hader Ackerman. This red coat, it's not even just the red coat. It's how the model showed off that coat. It was giving sexy, it was giving mysterious, it was giving boss woman. Absolutely love it. So please let me know down below which of these styles, trends, aesthetics call to you most, what I forgot about, what you think is overdone. Do we need more nostalgia handbags? I'm almost over it. I gotta be honest with you. I'm almost over it. Let me know what you think. Until next time, thank you. Bye.